All right, adding and subtracting monomials. If I had a problem like this, 2n squared plus 3x minus 2n squared plus 5x. What is the rule? What are we looking for? We are combining like terms. And I'm also going to add this. You add only the coefficients. That is the number that is in front of the variable. So we add like terms, adding only the coefficients.
You got it wrong.
No. So 2n squared minus 2n squared, those are actually going to become 0n squared, and those are going to cancel each other out, but they can be added, so we're going to actually cross those out. And 3x plus 5x can be added to become 8x. Okay? Multiplying monomials. What is the rule for multiplying monomials? Which one do we use?
Add the powers of like bases.
Yep. And what is the rule what is the title of that rule? What's it called?
Oh, you multiply everything else?
What was it? Product rule.
Wait, I thought add the powers of bases and multiply everything else.
Yep. Multiply coefficients normally. Add powers of like bases. Okay, so in this case, 2n squared times 5n to the fourth is going to become 10n to the...
No, wait, second. Oh, you add them, right?
To the 6. We add powers of like bases. Once again, guys, you're going to show up on YouTube being impulsive and saying the wrong answer, so don't do that. Okay? Also, when in doubt, stretch it out. Okay? Yes. Dividing monomials. 10n to the fourth over 5n squared. Okay? Use the quotient rule. Subtract powers of like bases. Reduce or divide coefficients. Yes, question?
Can we just on the test put quotient rule? We have to explain what quotient rule is.
You're not necessarily going to be explaining what the quotient rule is. You're going to be applying it. But if you can explain it, that means you have attained that knowledge with mastery, which is important. 10 over 5 is 2. N to the fourth over n to the square is n to the second. Subtract the exponents of like bases there. Okay? Raising a power outside of a parentheses. Raising a power outside of a parentheses, we are going to use the power rule. Multiply exponent on the outside by each on inside of the parentheses. And if a number or a factor or a variable does not have an exponent, what is really its exponent?
1.
It is an exponent of 1. So this is indeed 5 to the second times n to the sixth. Question? Okay. And lastly, simplifying negative exponents. Give myself a little room here. Negative exponents. They become the reciprocal of the positive power. They become the reciprocal of the positive power. The trick was if I had a negative power of n's on the top of my fraction, what do I do to alleviate that situation? I make it its reciprocal, the multiplicative inverse, and the positive power. So basically all you're going to have to do is make that negative exponent happy by putting it on the bottom. In that particular case, it's done. If you had a regular number, like something in the integer set like 3 to the negative second, that's the reciprocal of 3 to the second, which in this case is 1/9. If you had 1/6 to the negative second, we're going to have to flip that and then make it to the second. So that's 6/1 to the second, which is 36. Question?
So I forgot the name for reciprocal, so I just put you put it on the opposite top or bottom.
That's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I just like read it as it was reciprocal.
All right, guys, study hard.